Hey, Carrie here. Thank you for joining my virtual home buying seminar. I'm going to give you 5 myths about buying a home in today's real estate market. Let's go ahead and get started. I am going to share my screen with you, and we are going to start. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And here we go. Okay, so I'm Carrie Ann Kuipers. I'm with Keller Williams Real Estate, and I have been selling real estate since beginning of 2003. So it's been a long time for me. I've seen the market go up and down a couple times. I've seen rates go up and down. And I am going to give you 5 myths about buying a home in today's market. Okay. So myth number 1. Oh, let me move my face. Oops, let me move my face out of the way. Okay. You must have 20% down to buy a home. That's what people think, right? Well, guess what? You don't. You can buy with as little as 0% down. That's something that you're going to have to talk to a lender about because there's so many loan programs out there. It's amazing what you can do to buy a home. It's just the greatest to own a home. Really is. Okay. Myth number 2, you have to have a perfect credit score. You do not have to have a perfect credit score. I can't tell you how many times people are like, oh my gosh, my credit's horrible. I just know I can't buy a home. They get to talk to the lender, and the lender's like, okay, they're approved. And then I talk to them and they're like, what? You know, they're like so excited that they're approved, but they didn't realize and they didn't think they could buy a home. So don't say you can't buy a home or your credit's bad until you really check it out and you really know. And just so you know too, when you go online and you pull your credit versus when you buy a car or when you buy a home, it's all different. They all look at different things. So you've got to talk to a lender to get the facts about where your credit's at. So remember that. Also, now is a bad time to buy a home. Why would you think it's a bad time to buy a home? Well, we've got COVID and the whole market's going to crash. Oh my gosh. It's not going to crash that we know of. There are some things that people think in 2007 and 8, oh my gosh, you know, we're going to have that happen all over again. But let's look back to that time. Interest rates were in the 6s. People were buying with nothing down. They were financing 100% of everything. So nobody had any equity. And guess what? Right now, people have equity. I've got some slides later on. I'm going to show you why it is a good time to buy right now. Also, you should purchase a home at the end of your pre-approval. Well, that means, let's say you are approved up to 750, so I've got to find a home at 750. No, you need to be able to find a home that you are comfortable with the monthly payment because you're going to be locked into that payment for 30 years. So got to be able to feel comfortable with the payment. Not exactly, because there's a lot of people that qualify for way more, but they really are only comfortable with a certain payment. Also, you should choose a lender with the lowest advertised rates. No. Now, why would I be saying this? Oh, you get a kickback or something. Nope. I don't get anything from a lender. It's actually against the law. We don't do that. They work their deal. I work mine. I sell homes. They do loans. So when you go and you search for a lender, you go search for loans and the lowest rate. They might give you a teaser rate, but honestly, there's such a small amount of people that fit into that teaser rate that a lot of times that rate isn't even gonna happen. The other thing is there are times that I've had people say, nope, I'm going to use this online company. I'm going to use them. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're in California. This really happened. There was a customer that wanted to buy a home and they wanted to use their lender, and this lender was in South Carolina. And I told him, I said, I don't think this is a good idea. You don't want to lose this home. But if you want to try, I said, I really want you to talk to my lender, but if you want to try with yours, you know, I can't hold you back because this is your deal. So we go through and what happens? They can't get that rate, and the lender can't even close the loan because there's a couple things that they need that they can't get. So what happened? My customer talked to my lender, and my lender closed the loan. And it only took a few extra days. So we want to make sure we choose a lender that you can talk to. You can get on the phone and you can talk to them. And we know that they are capable of closing a loan with the parameters that you stated you could do inside of your offer. So when we do an offer, there's contingencies in there. There's an appraisal contingency, a loan contingency. And we need to make sure that with those, we're on the same page as the lender so that we can get that appraisal done in the first couple weeks, that we can get a fully approved loan in 21 days, and that we can close that loan in 30 days, if that's what we've stated. Because what could happen if your lender says, oh my gosh, I can't do it. This and this and this has happened. We have too many loans. Oh my gosh, it's going to take an additional 2 weeks to close. Guess what? You can't follow the contract, so you might lose that home. Not a good thing. Okay, so is it a good time to buy? Let's talk about inventory. Back in 2011, we had a ton of inventory. Oh my gosh, do you remember back? You could drive down the street, and down the street there would be 5 or 6 for sale signs all over. Now we don't have so many. Because why? Builders stopped building homes. It didn't mean that the population wasn't growing. It didn't mean that people didn't still want to buy. It just meant that there were not enough homes for the people that wanted to buy. So let's talk about a buyer's market versus a seller's market. A seller's market's when there are more than 6 months of inventory. Where's our inventory at right now? Between 1 and 2 months. So that means all the homes listed right now are going to sell in 1 to 2 months unless we get more homes that come on the market. So it's still a buyer's market. The other thing is people actually have equity in their homes. And this is a graph that actually uses statistics across the US. So as you can see, percentage of equity a homeowner has in 2020. Do you see this? 42.1%. That is the average across the US of equity that someone has in their home. So the market doesn't look like it would crash because of that. When it crashed before, people did not have equity. They had no equity. They had no skin in the game. They walked away because they were just going to be renting their home because there was no equity. There is equity in homes, and people don't want to lose that. Why would you? The other thing is, if you look at this, we've got Fannie and Freddie and NAR and MBA. Everybody is saying that rates are going to be low. So the average right now, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, look at that, 3.7, 3.42, 3.4. And even at the first quarter in 2021, they're thinking that it's going to be around 3.4. We don't know. This is just a projection. So rates are low. People have equity. It's a buyer's market. Good time to buy, right? Also, people are asking me all the time, homes just aren't selling, are they? Oh my gosh, they're just not selling. Well, guess what? We did have a decrease in homes being shown. Why? People couldn't get into them, especially if you lived out in Contra Costa and Alameda counties. It took us longer for our counties to allow people to actually go in and view homes. But the last 4 weeks, as per Showing Time, which is a company that actually monitors real estate agents showing homes, in the last 4 weeks, it has gone up tremendously. So people are out there looking. And let me just give you a little bit of information. I wrote an offer on a home just a few days ago, and the home got 11 offers. 11. People are out there looking. So one person got that home. So there are 10 people that are still looking for a home. Yes. Okay, now people think, I'm just going to rent. I don't really want to buy. I don't want to deal with it. Why would you want to rent? Let's talk about that. You're building the landlord's rent. Your monthly payment could increase. You can't customize the home. You can't rip out the floors, redo the kitchen, paint. You can't do things that you want. Why? It's not your home. The other thing is, when you move in, you need to have a substantial amount of money to be able to do first month's, last month's deposit. You have pets, usually there's another pet deposit. There's also fees just to get the application, to get your credit pulled, to all that. So there's a lot of money involved with that. And I have to say that sometimes that money could actually go towards a down payment or closing costs to buy a home. When you own your home, it's your home. You can do whatever you want to it, and you get to build wealth, and it's your home. And guess what? Your payment's not going to change. You were locked in for 30 years. You have a 30-year payment. That's not going to change. Good idea to buy a home. And then people think, well, maybe I should wait until next year. Well, let's think about that. So this is 250. This is somewhere probably in the Midwest. Of course, it's not out here, but it's still a good example of where we're at. So let's say the interest rate's 3.6% and the home costs $250. So that's what your payment would be on that. So you can even take that for, you can add that 250 to 500, and that's kind of where you're at with that payment. Would equal your payments, what I'm saying. So let's say that same home next year is actually going to go up. Why is it going to go up? Oh, wait, there's no inventory. There's multiple offers. People are bidding more. So prices are going to go up. Rates are low. So the home goes up $13,500. The rates go up. Now you're going to be paying more a month for the same home you could have bought today. Now, it's so crazy because I've had many people over the years, and I still have them on drips. I still send them homes. But the sad thing is, if they would have bought a home 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they would have had so much equity that they would be moving up right now. But because they're too afraid to buy, or they didn't want to get their credit pulled, and they didn't want to see, I think a lot of it's fear-based, they still can't buy. And guess what? A lot of them can't afford to buy right now because home prices have gone up so much that they can't afford to buy. So don't wait. You've got to do it now. The other thing is, we do have practices in place right now for buying a home safely. So let me explain to you how that works. So when we go view a home, there's a disclosure that everybody has to sign. And that disclosure is going to state that you're going to wear a mask, you are going to wash your hands, you're going to use hand sanitizer, and you're going to wear gloves, and that you're not going to touch anything in the home. And also that you have not been in contact with anybody that has COVID-19, and that you've taken your temperature that morning to make sure you're not running a fever. And if you're not feeling well, you can't see the home. So that's what you're going to sign before you can even see a home. So it's very, very safe. The other thing is, it's going to be me, the real estate agent, and 2 people from the same household in the home, and that's it. And then after we leave, I'm going to go wipe everything down to make sure that everything's clean and that there's no germs transferred. So it's safe, rates are low, people are out there looking, so it's a great time to buy. So I'm scheduling 15-minute Zoom meetings with people so that I can talk to you about where you're at and give you some more facts on purchasing a home. We can do a Zoom call. I can show you homes that are on the market, what it would look like, where prices are at, just to give you a little bit more information, and then hopefully get you in touch with a lender so that you're able to see what you do qualify for. I hope this information was helpful. Please reach out to me if you have any questions at all about purchasing a home in today's real estate market. And I hope that you do great and that you are healthy. And as always, love where you live. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.